The other day, I was thinking about flight simulators, and then I started to wonder, did we have flight simulators in the early days of aviation, and what did they look like? The world's first flight simulator was this thing, the Antoinette trainer. It was very, very rudimentary. 2 or 3 people had to actually move the plane based on what the pilot was doing, so not very accurate to real life. But then in the 20s, a guy named Edwin Link started developing his own flight simulator. This is the Link Trainer, and it's known as the world's first commercially produced flight simulator. It wasn't very popular at first, but then World War II started and several Army Air Corps men had crashed in poor visibility. So Mr. Link came in and showed the Army his trainer and showed how it could be used to train pilots on the different instruments. The Link Trainer would go on to be the main flight trainer used during World War II. So then computers were invented in the 60s and 70s, so they started to put computers into flight simulators, but they were nowhere near as realistic as they are today. They were getting close. They started adding motion, audio, and then eventually screens. And today's flight simulators are pretty incredible. They are incredibly realistic and allow pilots to train on basically any scenario. They obviously aren't the exact same as being in a plane because you don't have like G-forces and the ground movement's a little different, but pretty much as good as you're gonna get. There are a few places where a normal person who's not a pilot can try out a flight simulator, like the Delta Flight Museum in Atlanta, but they are quite expensive, usually like $400 or $500 for just an hour.